This is Omni Sports Breakfast. Sports with Kevin McCallum and MKT.
In the Women's T20 World Cup final, that old bug struck again. New Zealand made 158 in their allotted 20 overs. And I want to stop there, Kev, because at that stage, what were you feeling when you were watching? 158, you thought manageable, chaseable?
I thought it was very, very, very tricky. I thought it was touchy in terms of touch and go. I didn't think we bowled poorly. Marizanne Cup only bowled 2 overs up front, which she normally bowls 3. To try and make that the early power play make it count. That's restrict them, strangle them like they did with Australia, but it just didn't happen. They were taking wickets, but they were expensive, and their extras were bad. It was bowling down leg, bowling a bit wide, bowling long hops, and Amelia Kerr just came with a game plan, and the game plan worked.
Well, quite right. The Proteas were never really in the game. Wolfart and Brits were dismissed for 33 and 17, and then it was made even worse by Annika Bosch, who, you kind of want the explosion from her. She's a super dynamic number 3. She was out for just 9 in the run chase, and the Proteas were dismissed for 126 for 9 after 20 overs, handing New Zealand a 32-run victory and the World Cup title. And as you said, play of the tournament, play of the match, Amelia Kerr, she was just unbelievable. 3 for 24 she took, and then 43 or 48 balls. That laid the foundation for New Zealand to get a massive total. Congrats to New Zealand. It's sickening for us as South Africans. Hey, Kev?
Yeah, it is. It's just impossibly sad. I watched it and I could see the girls afterwards, and you could see they weren't there today. So I think they had played their final against Australia, a bit like England did against New Zealand in the 2019 World Cup. They'd almost thrown everything into that one match, and they played the perfect game against them. And then I thought they could replicate that, and they wanted to, and they said they went in with calm. They were trying to get rid of the other C word, the CHOKE word, choke, and they didn't want to mention, so they said calm instead of choke, and they weren't calm. They were anxious, they were nervous. You could see it, but we got to be incredibly proud of this team for what they've done to reach 2 finals in a row. With the resources they've got, they've had a lot more money put behind them than they used to have. But for where they come from and what they mean to South Africa, they've done an incredible amount. They've seen off the pressure, and they've reached 2 finals in a row, as I keep saying.
I also don't think we should view the sport as the same. I think the conflation of men's sport and women's sport is problematic for so many reasons. I think they are a different team. The men's Proteas are a bunch of choke artists. We mustn't get away from that. This is a completely different sport. Like, the women are playing women's cricket, which is a new thing. They've only been to 2 finals, and you can't call them choke artists until they do it for 10 years. The Proteas have been choking since 1999. What are we talking about here? The men's Proteas, that is. So I'm not one for fairness, but I don't think we should just go copy paste men's, women's. That's not how it works, is it? This is a completely different team. So they are developing, and listen, they are professional athletes. This thing, just because they're women, it doesn't mean we mustn't hold them to the same standard. If in 6 years' time they lose 3 more finals, I think it would be then appropriate to label them chokers. But they've been to 2 finals, and that's it, right?
Yeah, and in reaching those finals, remember they beat England in the semi-final at home in front of the home fans. And Laura Wolfart said this one hurts more because of the expectations. The other one was almost like an experience. It was how does she put it? It was the first one, and they just enjoyed the opportunity. But this one, after the cricket they played in the semi, they thought that they would have it in the bag. And if we played another game of similar nature, it's probably one of the worst games they played in the tournament, to be honest. But actually, and to have it in the final, and it happens. It happens in sport. You sometimes have those lapses where you're looking around at each other going, who's doing this? And there's harumphing, there were shoulders being shrugged, there were stares, there were glares. It just wasn't the same sort of calm performance, that DNA, RSA, weet nie wat ons weet nie. That stuff keeps getting rolled out these days. But perhaps they didn't vet what they should have vetted.
Despite the loss, prominent South Africans, comedian Joey Rasdien, former men's Proteas, Dale Steyn and David Brugge had the following to say to support the women, along with some other great South Africans as well.
Hey guys, Chris Forrest here. I just want to say to the Proteas ladies, you did us proud on the day. Not everything went your way, but just to get to that final was a brilliant achievement. So well done, guys. The whole nation was behind you. We thought you were great. And it was amazing to see us there in the final. Next time, onward and upward.
Hello to Laura and the Proteas girls. It's Dave Miller here. I just wanted to say extremely proud of you all, everything that you've achieved. It's been fantastic supporting and following you ladies during this World Cup. You've really inspired myself and the country, and it's just really great to see how how consistent you ladies are becoming. You're a force in world cricket, and it's just taking massive strides forward. And like the men, you ladies are also just absolutely around the corner to winning a ICC event. And I just wanted to say really proud of you. So close, and obviously very disappointing, and we all don't like to lose, but it's part of the sport, and just keep your heads held high. We're right behind you, and can't wait to see you all and celebrate with you nonetheless, and it's going to be a great time. So congratulations, you can be very proud of yourselves, and see you soon. Take care.
Ah, man, as you can hear my voice, I was screaming. I guess New Zealand just played better than us, but yes, I'm proud of the girls. My goodness. Nobody of 2 World Cups in a row in a final also. Must remember that. And the way they won a semi-final against Australia, I think that was their final, psychologically. But yeah, they should be proud. I'm so happy for them. My goodness. They should be treated like stars. And Laura Wolfhard is probably going to be the best South African batter when she's done with her career. That's just how I feel. I love watching her bat. Yeah, but it is what it is.
Hi there, everyone. It's Dale Steyn here. Just want to send a message to our Proteas ladies and just say, girls, hold your head up high. You girls are fantastic. There's not many teams that can go 2 finals in a row. I know it would have been great to have won one and gone all the way this time around, but nonetheless, your country is extremely proud of you. You guys played really well throughout the whole tournament, and you can hold your heads up high. And there's more to life than cricket. The sun will come up tomorrow, I can promise you that. But we'll always back you, and we look forward to the next time you girls play and represent the badge and the country. So congratulations again.
Yeah, that's Dale Steyn finishing off that message.
Got one last one there, we did, but it was David de Brugge also spoke to. So the middle one was Joey Rasdien, but we'll play David de Brugge's later on social media. But you could hear Dale Steyn and Dave Miller there, and Joey Rasdien is a massive cricket fan. He's always around. I think he's actually an ambassador at Cricket South Africa, and he was broken. I mean, he was obviously screaming at the TV.
Some weekend for New Zealand, though, because their men's cricket team will finish off on this. They beat India for the first time in 36 years in Test cricket. Unbelievable win there. So a double win for them this weekend. Makes me sick. I mean, we're a better rugby team than them, but they seem to be up in the cricket. They've won World Cups recently, both in the men's and women's game. Good for New Zealand. Good for cricket. The game's got to go global. It's great when there's... winners from around. We don't just want India and Australia winning every tournament. So good for cricket, good for everybody, and well done to New Zealand, and good for the women's game. I think a good advert as we take a quantum leap forward. All right, Kev, I hope you had your good foods this weekend. If you didn't, just so you know, to get your game on with AGT Foods, natural superfoods, our beans pulses provide the fuel you need to keep moving. Power your passion with every bite. Brought to you by AGT Foods. Good food, good health, good life. And that question of the day, who holds the men's record for the marathon distance? We'll answer that at the end of the show. All right, let's get into a sad moment for me, a great moment for Kevin. After this, we'll talk football. We'll talk the English Premier League.
Listen live and on demand.
Welcome to Omni Sport.